Hey there everyone, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be breaking down the planning behind probably what is my next video after this one, which will be me trying to smash the January 1 hour elevation challenge set by the band of climbers. And there's been a couple of people submitting their rides from not just the UK but all over Europe, well, all over the world, quite frankly. And I've been told so far that the best elevation is something around like the 700 meter, 800 meter mark, and it's not been set in the UK as far as I can gather. So I'll link this website down below so you can find out more information. But there's just some ground rules when it comes to the 1 hour elevation challenge, or the 1 hour elevation record. And so the rules are: the route must start and finish at the same place. You cannot ride the same road twice, can't double back on yourself. You have 60 minutes to complete the challenge, and you can ride for less than an hour if you so wish, but not a second more. And yes, it can be done on Zwift. So I was talking to a couple of people in the local area, and they were saying that actually it's going to be quite easy for us here because we have so many roads, so many lanes in the UK. It's difficult, I think, if you live somewhere like the Alps where there's big climbs, big roads, but there are not many link roads between them. So I checked out some entries so far. So this is Nathan from Sevenoaks in England. This is just south of London, and his ride is a really solid one. 600 meters in just under the hour and 30 kilometers, which is really good going average speed considering the amount of climbing there. And then this one from William. These are just two that I've picked just right off the bat. And this is sub hour, so 55 minutes, and 708 meters of elevation. So that's a solid ride as well. And this was actually done in Innsbruck, of all places. So some of you will recognize these climbs, I am sure. There's Innsbruck right there. So basically I want to show my route. Now, my route is ambitious, and I'm fully aware of it. If the weather's not good, so if it's icy, I'm going to struggle because I won't be able to descend as fast, and if it's wet, I'm going to struggle because I can't descend as fast. So I've gone for quite a safe route. It's safe in a sense that all of the descents are south facing, apart from the final one. So the sun will be hitting most of these descents. The low winter sun will be hitting most of these descents, so I should be fairly safe. By the time we get to the last one, it should be like quite late in the day, so we'll be hopefully ice free. Anthony's going to join me, and Anthony's going to give it a go himself. Although he's already stated that he's not going to try and break the hour. He's already given it a bash himself on a different loop, and he managed to get, I think, close to 600. I'm not quite sure. So obviously it goes without saying I'm going to have to climb very hard. I'm going to have to go possibly threshold or above on these climbs and try and use this section here to recover a little bit before hitting this climb, and then hopefully just getting a plain and easy sail to the finish. Now, I've picked this route because there is a great cafe at the start. Some of you will remember this. This is actually the beginning loop of the Band of Climbers South Wales hilly 100 kilometer ride that you did. And so we're gonna finish with a great coffee, but we're gonna start with some pain. So we're gonna go through Garsooth, and we're gonna hit this first climb here, and then we're gonna have a quick descent and straight into the second climb. This section here is the flattest section on the route and will provide some respite. And then instead of heading straight up the climb, I'm going to take a risky move, depending on what happens when I get here, and we'll drop down and then come up again this way. So basically you drop here, and then you have to climb a little bit extra to get back to that point. And then virtually from here down, it's about 6 minutes, and although it looks fairly straightforward, it's quite twisty. It's about a 50 km/h descent. There's a couple of bends you've got to be careful of. But all in all, if I can make it to, I think, the 23 km mark there with about 55, I say, well, to be safe, 53 minutes on the clock, I should be able to get there to the finish under the hour. So looking at this route, how I've planned it out. So looking at it in a bit more detail, I've looked at some efforts that I've done over these roads in the past. So I'm going to be starting here, where the blue line takes over from the red line, into Velindre. And this section of road here, where I've done a big maximal effort on this climb for 5 minutes, has taken me just shy of 30 minutes. So that's with just doing one effort on one of the climbs. Now, if I'm riding hard everywhere, just to cover as much ground as possible, then I should, in theory, get to Velindre in 30 minutes. Now, if that is the case, I need to make sure that the road from Velindre across doesn't take me that long. So is 12 minutes at 2.8 watts per kilo. Now, if I'm going to be doing, say, 5, I hope to get across there in under 10 minutes, which would then mean I've got around about 20 minutes or so to do this final section of the whole loop. Now, I've never ridden this road before, so I've had to take somebody else's Strava data to learn from this. And this chap here, Captain Caveman, he's done this this climb here in just under 8 minutes. So it's a fairly long way, but I know that from here, which is where I can turn off this climb. So from here to here is about 45 seconds to a minute. And then from there up, we can say is about 8 minutes. So let's call it 10 minutes. From here to here, though, if I was to stay on this same road, it's about 8 minutes. So I'm sacrificing about 2 minutes just to get in about 50 extra meters of climbing. Now, I could play it safe and go straight on, but like I said, I'd have to make the call here while I get there as to if I carry straight on or if I shoot off to the right. And yeah, I mean, it's quite, if I can get this up really quickly, so I can show you what it looks like at the top of this climb, and what we're going to be kind of dealing with, because I know that there's this challenge is going to be, you know, there's people submitted rides in from all over the world, so it's good to kind of show you the sort of roads that I'll be riding on, depending on where you are, if you're in Australia or, you know, anywhere in Europe, and, you know, how you can compare your roads to mine, I guess. But yeah, it might not be like this tomorrow, or whenever we do it, but I hope it is. So yeah, I think it's going to be crucial that I ride as hard as I possibly can, probably for the first, at least for this first sort of 5 kilometers of the 29 kilometer loop, just because it's pretty much uphill for 5 kilometers, so 5%. Although this is the only climb, the actual average gradient for those 5k is 5%. So it's a grippy road leading up to it. But I hope it's going to be a lot of fun in a very strange way. And I hope that these challenges are something that I can do more of. Maybe I'll come back in July or whenever the weather's better and have a better stab at it. But yeah, anyway, I'm looking forward to tomorrow. See if we can have a bash, and I hope you look forward to that video too. So I will see you then.